He promised to return. Therefore, in that day, my people shall know my name. Because I myself who speaks will be present. What is written has been fulfilled before our eyes. Those who looked at him will not be ashamed. Soon we will see his transformation. The man Christ Jesus is here.
Hello, Blessed. Today's topic is Armageddon. And now, the man Christ Jesus.
Today's topic is Armageddon. The Bible or scriptures relates it with the end of a state of things that will mark the beginning of a new just world, focusing it in the point of view of what we have learned, comprehending a worldwide ecological catastrophe, together with the complete destruction of the bad seed. Revelations is the only place that we see Armageddon. Behold, I am coming as a thief. Hey, imagine, as a thief. It's not that he's a thief. It's as a thief, like it says in Thessalonians, that first he comes like a thief, and then the event of his coming so that he can put things in order. That is the job of the man Christ Jesus. I have come as a thief in the night. And only those who see this thief are those who have been chosen and predestined to see the function of what we are doing. It says, blessed is he who watches. In other words, he who is in the countdown. Blessed is he who is in the countdown and keeps his garments. This vehicle, you have to guard it so that you will not be naked, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. We have to take captive all thoughts to the obedience to Jesus Christ. We have to take care of our thoughts, those thoughts that assault our body called flesh, that it wants to embarrass us. And they gathered them together to the place called in Hebrew Armageddon. And there were noises and thunderings and lightnings. And there was a great earthquake, such a mighty and great earthquake as had not occurred since men were on earth. Then every island fled away. Island. All the islands disappeared. Every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. Imagine the mountains. And great hail from heaven fell upon men, each hailstone about the weight of a talent. Men blasphemed God because of the plague of the hail, since that plague was exceedingly great. So then we are living the anteroom of Armageddon, the anteroom of that last event, that last judgment that will take place on men here on earth. And I'm telling you that what you've seen is nothing, because what is coming is cities falling. There will be a place for a gathering for the elect when our bodies are transformed, and from there we will govern. So what happens is that in the same manner that it started with 8, God will start a new order on the face of the earth with the circumcision. But this time, not just with 8 people, but with those who he predestined. And he gave them the gift of faith to believe in the gospel of the uncircumcision. Only those will reign and govern with me. Marvelous times are coming. It's not for us to be fearful, because we love justice and we have been enlightened with this gospel. What we are going to is rejoice, because the best days are coming on the face of the earth, and you will be guarded. I love you very much. Blessed. I declare you reigning in life, and it will be until next time. Blessed.
Hello, Blessed. Today's topic is Life Absorbs Death. And now, the man, Christ Jesus.
When you do what he says that you should do, even though you think you are subtracting, even though you think that you are not prospering and you're going backwards, all of a sudden, the angel opens doors and you continue. And then he also baptizes you with a little bit of youth and health. He covers you. He knows how to do it. Let's read second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 1 through 4. For we know that if our earthly house, which is this flesh that we have on, this tent, is destroyed, we have a building from God. That's the building is the spiritual man, but he calls it a building, a house not made with hands, eternal, not up, but in the heavens, down here. For in this we groan earnestly, desiring to be clothed with our habitation, which is from heaven. What does it say? To be what? And what? Were we dressed before? When you take off your clothes and you put on the same, what are you doing? You are redressing yourself. So then the apostle is saying that we want to go back in the state in which we were before. But when taking on, the children participate of flesh and blood. When we participate of flesh, then you lose that clothes. But it's not that you lose it. It's that it is put off to the side until you fulfill your mission here on earth. And then you will be redressed with a spiritual man. But it's a man. It has a body. It has an identity. It has activity. It has a life that will manifest itself, your true identity. That's what brought us health, knowing that there is something better than this earthly house. It says, to be clothed with our habitation, which is from heaven. If indeed, having been clothed, we are naked right now. We are not dressed. We are naked. In the spiritual aspect, even though we have clothes on, it's not talking about that nakedness. It's talking about a nakedness of our true identity. For we who are in this tent, in this body, in this flesh, groan being burdened. You suffer in the flesh, right? The flesh bothers. It gets sick. Situations come to it, tests. And then it says, groan, being burdened, not because we want to be unclothed, but further clothed, that mortality may be what? Swallowed up by life. When this mortal is dressed of immortality, and when death is swallowed up by life. And then it says there that when it is redressed, so that this mortal, the earthly house, the flesh, will be absorbed by life. But Paul speaks about this clearly as our reward. That's why it says, knowing that our work in the Lord is not in vain. We have hope. And we are in the right time, in the correct time, when that will be manifested. So when this corruptible has put on incorruption, and this mortal has put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Notice it says when it is put on, because it's naked for now. That is marvelous. And this body, sooner or later, will not stand it. If we continue to dress it of this knowledge, and you continue confessing the word and you keep growing, can't you see that you serve God with your mind? And then for you to serve God with your mind, you have to educate it. You have to clean it. You have to decontaminate it from all that religious information. So then, we are waiting for the transformation. That should be our vocabulary. Look, everything that you talk today will manifest itself in time. Have you noticed that you start talking? We have said something and we keep talking about it, and then all of a sudden we say, oh, look, that's what we said a year, 2 years ago. So then, let's keep talking about the transformation. Talk to your body. Soon you will be dressed of immortality. Talk to it. Yes, I receive it. I receive that my body, that is the first, will transform. Soon that transformation will come and we will enter into those glorious bodies. God's promise for us. We will receive it. We will be transformed. It's God's promise in the new covenant. Remember, it's not that God says this one yes and that one no. It depends if you are growing in the knowledge. That knowledge in your spirit will absorb death. You have to see the word, confess it, make it part of you.
We read, thanks to the gospel of grace.